Hey everybody, this video is all about bubble shows. So, what are they? A bubble show is a performance. However, even though shows are scripted, there is a lot of crowd interaction because I like to encourage kids to speak up while we take a scientific approach to learning about those soapy spheres. Kids will make observations and predictions. I'll do a few experiments, maybe some tricks. We'll play a game together, and there is an opportunity for a couple of kids to come up and be volunteers. So if you think of all of that as the cake of a bubble show, the finale is the frosting. That is when I invite each of the kids in the audience to come up one at a time and go inside a giant bubble. It's really fun and it's a great photo op. I can do that for up to 30 kids. That's where I cap it because any more than that and the audience starts to get restless, I get exhausted and nobody's having fun anymore. If you have a group of over 30, that's great. I can still do a show for you, but instead of calling it a show, I'll call it an assembly. And the rates vary depending on the number of kids, plus only a handful of kids will get selected at the end to go inside the giant bubble. The length of a bubble show really depends on how many kids are in the audience and how many kids are participating. The cake of the show, the body of it, lasts about 25 to 30 minutes. However, the finale or the frosting of the show is what determines the total length. If only 5 kids are participating, that's only going to add a few minutes. If 30 kids are going inside the bubble, that's going to add like 20 minutes. They look like this. As you may have noticed in some of the show clips that I shared, I perform over a tarp and towels, which keeps my area pretty darn dry. I can't say that it's 100% because bubbles do drift away from me and pop. So that means it's more like 99% dry. You might get some soapy water on the floor. However, it is minuscule, and it is soapy water, so there's a chance it's making your floors even cleaner. But the real reason I'm bringing that up is because if you invite me to perform at a venue that you don't own, I do expect you to get permission from that venue to let me come as your guest. I am so glad you asked. I need exactly 2 things to have a really good bubble show. The first thing is the ideal location. And what I mean by that is space for the audience to sit, typically on the floor about 2 feet back from the performance space, and the performance space. I take up like a 4 by 6 foot area, and that area has to be away from any open windows, vents, or fans because I have but one enemy, and her name is wind. If any wind blows on the show, none of my tricks are gonna work, and that is why bubble shows pretty much have to happen indoors or in a garage. The second thing that I need is adult supervision. Not for me, for the kids. It is really hard for me to put on a great bubble show while I'm policing the audience. And honestly, adults tend to like the show too, so it's pretty easy to stick around, watch the show, and watch your kid at the same time. Guys, that's basically it. I bring everything I need and I take everything when I leave. If you have any more questions about what shows are or what I need or anything like that, check out my frequently asked questions page on btownbubbles.com or feel free to send me a message.